Alright, so it's been a minute. What am I talking about? It's been about 12 months, which is pretty shit of me. But anyway, we're back and we're driving the Subaru Impreza 2.0 S, or as it's going to be henceforth known in this review as the S. There's also the L and there's also the R, which sits in between it. Now, before we get too far into this video, I'm going to tell you it's a bit of a mixed bag. There's some good stuff, some not so great stuff, but honestly, the best thing about this is the price. So the L starts from 32.5 grand drive away. This S starts from 42,200 drive away. So it's an affordable family car, and that is honestly its biggest benefit because, yeah, mixed bag, let's go. Now obviously, given this is a wagon, it's a bit of a family car. So in terms of practicality, let's have a look at the boot. 291 litres in here. So compare that to a Serato, you get 428. Compare that to a Peugeot 308, you get 412 litres. So yeah, not very good. You get this cargo cover here, but not too much else, to be honest. A little bit of space down there. Good news though, you do get a full-size spare in here, so they're pretty rare, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty small. Cosmetically across the range, they're fairly similar. This S gets some LED fog lights, you get the 18s, you don't get them on the S, but for the most part it's all the same. Another thing you get is this electric sunroof. Not the biggest sunroof in the world. Actually kind of reminds me of, you know, when they used to add them onto the old XLs, like it's just a small one. But look, it's good, it adds some light to the cabin, and it is another upgrade from the L model at the bottom. So sitting in the back, this is one of the strengths of the Impreza. It doesn't have a big boot, but there's plenty of space back here. I've got heaps of knee room, good amount of toe room, got good width as well, and the roof has a bubble in it, so there's more space here. I've got a good amount of headroom. You've got an armrest, cup holders, USB, USB-C port. Apart from that, there's not much going on, but this is probably one of the strengths of this car. It's just going to be great for families, great for kids back here, great if you're taking passengers, adults, whatever, you know. So, yeah, let's jump in the front. Jumping inside the front, so on the base model you'll get cloth trim. On here, on the S, you'll get leather trim, leather wrapped steering wheel. You've also got a 10 speaker Harman Kardon sound system. Front and center on the dash is this big 11.6 inch vertical touchscreen. It's responsive, big bright colors on it. Not skinned like a Volkswagen or a BMW or anything like that, but you're not paying that money, so that's all right. Wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, and to be honest, it's actually really good in this vertical format because you just get a lot more information, especially when you're scrolling through phone numbers and everything on the go. You just get a lot more information, less scrolling, less hassle, less dangerous, you know. So you also get all your climate controls and everything like that on the screen. You can control them here on the side, but everything else, fan speed, is done on the screen. The only other thing is really the volume and tuning the radio. Oh, when you throw it in reverse, you've got a panoramic 360 camera there. You've also got your reversing camera, and this also detects objects as well, so it's not just these red lines and some bonks and noises. It'll actually detect the object and give you like a red, yellow or green square as it's getting closer or further away. Camera quality, look, it's not amazing. This is pretty good. It's all right, but as a screen and system overall, it is pretty good. The driver's display though, not so good. It's pretty small. You've got analog dials over here. This, when it's raining and the eyesight system isn't on, it lights up like a Christmas tree, but at the moment it's all good. Gives you your speed, everything you need to know, but yeah, quite small, not the greatest. You've also got a USB, USB-C and an audio auxiliary up there as well. Down here where my sunglasses are, you've got wireless phone charging. Front seats are heated, but I mean, they're straight out of the spares bin, aren't they? That's not great. Just like the back, there's plenty of space here too. Nice and wide. You've got a nice big bin here that, you know, has a good bit of width on it too, so it separates you from your passenger. You're not nice and close to them. Driving position's all right. I have found it a bit weird to get set up just with the way the pedals are and my knees. Another thing to consider though, if you're anything like me and your joints are just absolutely stuffed, this is quite low. So getting in and out of this as a family car, like driving it every day, is going to be a bit harsh on the joints. It's not that, like, no, it probably doesn't look that bad on camera, but it is low. So under the bonnet is how it gets its name, the 2.0S. So there's a 2-litre 4-cylinder boxer engine, 115 kilowatts, 196 newton meters of torque, and honestly, it's a little bit underpowered compared to its competitors, maybe like 10, 15 kilowatt, 20 kilowatt, not by much, but I think it's a combination with the CVT, which I'll talk about later because, yeah, I'll leave it for later. Anyway, on that note, let's cut to some driving because I need a coffee. First thing I will say as we come up to this conveniently placed speed bump is that, oh, it's low. I don't know if you heard that. It's low. Oh, but the ride is good. Oh, that pains me. The ride on this is good. That's the first time that's happened. It is a low carb. That's the first time that's happened. Oh, let's see another one. We'll hit this one on an angle. All good. So the ride on this is pretty good. You do get the all-wheel drive system. Do you need it on a car like this? 115 kilowatts? Probably not. Is it going to be going off-road? Probably not. But anyway, beside the point, the suspension on it is really sorted. It's a comfortable ride. Again, if you're talking about a family car, a car, yeah, that you're gonna be doing K's in, kids in the back, this is comfortable and will do the job. That 115 kilowatt engine, boxer engine, not particularly fuel efficient though. So Subaru claim, I think it's 7.5 litres per 100, maybe 7.5 litres per 100 Ks. I'm getting 10.5. So there's better options out there if fuel economy is something you're looking at. There's plenty of competitors that'll probably dip into the 6s, maybe even the 5s. Unfortunately, that's just the truth of it. But yeah, ride is good. Economy, not so good. Far out. I'm like scarred now. I was going over everything on an angle, and then I was like, it's actually not that bad. It's not that low as I thought it was, and then that happens on camera. I am like really scared now. And there's just heaps and heaps of speed bumps here as well. Again, I went over these yesterday and the car was fine, but I don't know, maybe it's that cheeseburger I had last night. Who knows, maybe I'm weighing it down a bit. Thanks, mate. Alright, now that coffee's been acquired, actually, these cup holders, there's one really deep one and one kind of deep one. So I've had issues in the past where I can't get my small coffee out of the cup holder, but it's actually not too difficult in this, which is good. But now the coffee's been acquired, let's talk a bit more about this powertrain. The boxer engine is mated to a CVT. Now, I don't like CVTs. I understand what they try and do, but I don't like them. I don't enjoy them. I don't enjoy driving cars that have them. But in this one, it's absolutely no different. I don't like the CVT in this either. It just makes the car feel sluggish and it's not really responsive. Like, if I'll just give a bit of a sec. If I put my foot down, it's just not doing much. It just makes a whole lot of noise. It doesn't sound too great, and it just doesn't do much. And also, I mean, look at the fuel economy. Like, it's not really doing much for that either. So look, the ride is good, a little bit low, but the ride is comfortable, eats up everything on the road, bumps, you know, potholes and just weird sections where the road's been poorly fixed. Does that, no problem. It's comfortable for families. Just the powertrain letting it down a bit. It's even got auto on off, and that hasn't really helped the petrol economy either. Like, it's interesting. If you're the kind of person who doesn't get much enjoyment out of driving and it's just a means of getting from A to B, then this might be a car you're interested in if the CVT isn't going to bother you, and because it's got the eyesight system on it, which just gives you a range of, it's basically your sensor system, right? So it's your lane keeping and lane assist, it's your adaptive cruise control, which you can manually set the distance to hold yourself from the car in front, and it'll just adjust the speed according to that and slow you down. It's a really good system. You've also got other things like tire pressure monitors, and they work well because I got a message the other day and had to blow up the front tires. So the systems work well. I've had a couple of occasions where it's been really heavy rain, and I'm guessing some rain's covered the sensor and the system cut out for like a minute or two. And when I say cut out, I wasn't using it, so it hasn't just stopped working. But it just wasn't available for a second or two, and then it's come back online. But overall, the safety systems on this car are really good. So if that's something that's more important to you than maybe the actual driving of the car, it could be a good option. But anyway, I'm interested to see what you think of this car, because as I said, it's a mixed bag. There's some good, back row really good, safety really good, there's some bad. The powertrain's not the best, the boot's not the biggest. Let me know what you think. We've got the WRX and the new BRZ coming up as well, so subscribe because new videos are coming every